Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to another social media quarantine talks. Um, this is a tough one this week. We did a lot of planning, a lot of research on this one. We're doing the restaurant industry that's just been really hit hard by the COVID-19 crisis. Um, but we wanted to really dive into this. The whole infographic that we created will be on all our social media channels as usual. And basically you can see everything that I'm talking about in this presentation. But before we even start, I hope everyone is well. I think we're in one of the toughest weeks right now for the coronavirus, so the big cities are really getting hit hard. We're out here in the burbs in Naperville, Illinois. We're okay, thank God. But we still have our hospitals out here are still pretty crowded with patients and stuff like that. So again, prayers go out to everyone that's dealing with this right now. Let's get into the restaurant COVID-19. We're calling it the COVID-19 restaurant playbook for social media. First, let's just start with 4 things that restaurants need to do. And then we'll talk about what's working currently, about employee safety, and then what more. We'll go even more, take another step further about what restaurants can do on social media. So 4 quick things that restaurants can dive into right now is post every day, right? I can't stress this enough. I was talking about it 2 weeks ago, not just because I own a social media business, but posting every single day is so vital right now. It's vital because you're with your community, whether it's local or national, throughout this whole thing, talking to them every day on social media. And that's what's important. So post every day, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. 2, show your food. And restaurants are already doing a great job of this. I would say do it even more. We can't get enough food. I'm a consumer. I'm a foodie too. Post more and more photos of your food. 3, post about your process, right? Every morning, how you prepare the food. Every afternoon when you're closing up. The process, people like to see the process in social media, or in any business, like what their process is. How do you make the donuts, right? Great commercial from Dunkin' Donuts, right? Post about your process. Last one, don't forget your people. It takes, even with my company, Spec Media, it takes people to make this small social media firm that we have work. It takes people to make your restaurant work. Post about them and talk about them on social. Okay, let me grab a drink. Supporting our local Starbucks out here. I'm kind of torn between if it's cold outside or warm, so I got my beanie cap on. Let's move on to what's working right now. Definitely what's working, what we did was we polled on Twitter about 2 weeks ago all the restaurants that we know, all the influencers that we know on social media, and we asked them what's working with social media right now during this crisis. Number 1, and we'll give you the percentages on this infographic. Number 1, telling customers you're open, right? It seems easy and it seems obvious, but it's like huge, right? There's a lot of restaurants. My family and I will go to dinner and we think about it all the time. We're like, oh, is Hula Hands open out here? They haven't done any posts. We don't know, right? So post. Tell your customers that you're open. The poll that we did, 93% of people or customers said that they want to hear about this and that this is working. So 93%. Number 2, posting your menu, lunch and dinner, right? We use this process in our social media clients before the crisis, taking out as many steps as possible and making like it a one-step process is so key, right? A lot of people will see a social media post and then they got to go to your website. They got to look at your lunch menu. They got to look at your dinner menu. Post the lunch or dinner menu on social media. Use Instagram, use Facebook. Put it on there so that they can see, they can order right from social media. They can see what they want, call you. We found out 73% of the people thought that this was a good idea or it's working right now. 3, responding to customers within 15 minutes. Now, this is like massively important. It was important before the crisis, and it's even more important now. responding right away, like any type of food feedback or any type of how do you pick up things or from the drive-through or what have you, responding to customers within 15 minutes right now was 98.3% of our respondents said that that's working. And the last one, organization, basically explaining the drive-through or the pickup process. And I think, just we try to cook as much in right now as a family. I've got 3 kids, but we do go out still, right? And I think the biggest frustrating thing is every restaurant is doing this differently. And when you get there, you really don't know unless you ask when you call them. But if you're using an app or you're using social media to place the order, you just have to post about what the process is. And this is like great stuff if you're bored during the day and you're a small restaurant owner. Like do a little bit of a diagram, like just draw. If you got an Apple Pencil and an iPad, draw on there, like what our process is. You call, you come, and you pick it up. Or you call, you get an order number, you give the order number to the person, whatever it is. It's easy stuff. You just got to do it. 86.1% said that that's working for them. So there's a lot of restaurants out there that are already doing this, and it works. So if you're a restaurant owner, if you're a large corporation that owns a lot of restaurants, start posting up what the drive-through or pickup process is. And I'll tell you, as we get further into this and people start going out again, there's still going to be this drive-through stuff. I would say keep going on that process. Don't stop. All right, I'll move on. The other thing I was going to say here is in our graphic here is, are employees safe? I opened up with this, but you've got to take care of your employees and make sure that people on social media know that you do. And there's little things you can do, like posting that you've got masks and gloves. I went to a local Mexican restaurant out here, and they had a procedure thing that they posted on their social media channel the day before, talking about what their procedures or cautions that they're taking in the kitchen. But they put it on social media, and I was like, I told my wife, I was like, dude, we got to go to this place. Look at this. Look at the safety measures that they're taking. So show posts about masks and gloves. People want to see this stuff. Post about what you're doing in each restaurant and stuff like that if you're a franchise. Employee safety too. Are your employees safety? Do you close at certain hours because of the COVID virus? So all really important things, all super important. Our last section of this whole thing is what more can restaurants do on social media? And we've got 5 really good things here. Probably, to me, these are the 5 most key things of this whole presentation. So listen up. Okay, number 1, post at the right time. I talked about this at the beginning of posting every day, but post at the right time. We took a look at this when it started. Spec Media did as a firm. 9 a.m. is when you should be posting for lunch, and 7 p.m. is when you should be posting for dinner. It sounds pretty crazy than what we used to see on social media, but most people are waking up extremely early, and they're starting to think about food around 9 a.m. and it's not lunch, it's not breakfast, it's lunch. So putting a post of your food at 9 a.m., preferably on Instagram and even on Twitter, that's key. And posting at 7 p.m. We found out that most people are staying out with our surveys. We found out most people are staying up later and later because they're upset, anxiety about all this. And they're eating later, too. They're not eating at 5:30 anymore. They're eating around 7 o'clock at night. Put a 7 p.m. post out there. Key. Number 2, go live. That's what I'm doing right now. I think it's the best possible thing you can do. I've never seen such an increase on Instagram of live things going on. And it's awesome. To me, it doesn't break my heart. It just warms my heart because I love social media so much. You're seeing so many live posts. It could be, we're doing it with Aria this week. Chefs from the restaurants at Aria in Las Vegas that's closed. Chefs are posting, and they're doing live recipes and live cooking through the hotel Instagram channel. So here's where you can go live. Obviously, you can go live on Instagram. There's Instagram TV, which is this is what this is on. Facebook Live has an awesome service that shows all your friends. It actually engages all your friends on Facebook to see your post before you start creating it. Periscope is the equivalent on Twitter. Periscope has excellent geographic tracking tools. So like if someone's searching for something in a certain geography, they can see your live post. The most important thing with going live, right, and I try to do it in mine, is just be candid. I mean, everyone knows we're all kind of stuck at home. So it's like, just be yourself. If you're a chef, be yourself. If you're a small restaurant owner, be yourself. Even if you're a marketing manager for like a huge food chain, just be yourself on social media. Number 3, teach people how to make your food. It sounds crazy. You don't want to get and give it. And the other thing is, teach people how to make your food. Give them a recipe or two. I know it sounds crazy. You don't want to give away this stuff, but people will love it for you. Love you for it, right? A lot of people are cooking at home. You'll be on social media, and there'll be a recipe that a restaurant will give you. You'll cook it at home, and you'll just be like, later when this whole crisis is over, you'll be like, oh my God, we made those chicken enchiladas at home with their recipe. We got to go to the restaurant and see what they taste like with a real chef making them. It's putting recipes out there, and your food, the ingredients in your food. Oh, like Todd English's son, Oliver English, does a great job of this in California. Going to the farmers markets, actually just showing ingredients in his house, like the broccoli that he's using, stuff like that. People, this is the best possible branding a restaurant or even a chef or corporation can do on social media. Teach people how to make your food. Number 4, we have a client, again, another Vegas client, Libertine Social in Las Vegas in Mandalay Bay. And here's number 4, right? Who's your chef? Make your chef, hashtag, as we say, hashtag special. I was trying to do the whole hashtag. I can't do it because I'm holding the phone. But on Mondays, their chef is Chef Jamal. We would do Mondays with Chef Jamal. Hashtag Mondays with Chef Jamal. Your chef at your restaurant is key. Make them special right now. Let them do their post too. Then you have 2 avenues, 2 branding avenues. You have the restaurant's branding channel and you have your chef's branding channel, all driving customers and feedback and branding towards your business. So take your chef for your restaurant and make them a star. That's number 4. And the last one, this is really, really, I think all these are super important, but this is the best one, I think. I was talking to the Hungry Hound out here in Chicago. He's Steve Dolinsky. I think he's on Twitter at Steve Dolinsky. Check him out. He was just going through Chicago, finding out what's open and tweeting about it, letting them know, the Girl and the Goat is open. Go check them out. Thank God they're open. We were kind of tweeting back and forth. I found this. It's called a restaurant guide, where restaurants free of charge can actually go and submit their restaurant listing. And if they offer drive-through, pickup, carry out, what have you, in this restaurant listing. And it's totally free. So you should check it out. It's www.illinoisbusinessopen.com. So www.illinoisbusinessopen.com. And it's going to be on this presentation that we post anyway today. But it's a great resource, great guide. It's completely free, and the more restaurants on it, the more you could just share it and promote it and be forward with it. So that's it. That's our COVID-19 social media restaurant playbook.